ETS Jets. What is going on, Jet fans? And welcome back to another Jets Ward live stream. I am your host, Ryan Ward, and I'm so excited to be back with you guys. Got some fun stuff planned for you guys in this live stream. Got fun stuff to talk about. The NFL has been kind of crazy these past couple of days, and I'm really excited to talk to you guys about it. So it's going to be fun. We got a lot of stuff that we are going to be talking about in this channel. And again, a lot of fun stuff. So much has been happening in the NFL recently, and I'm so excited to talk to you guys about it. We're going to talk a little bit about what's been going on in the NFL this past week. OTAs are finishing up, which is cool. The Jets look like they're doing really, really well in their OTAs. A lot of the players look like they're getting a lot better as well. And we are seeing a lot of love for Justin Fields, which I love seeing as well. So a lot of stuff has been happening so far. One of the biggest things that took place this week, as a lot of fans know, Aaron Rodgers finally signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. We've been waiting a long time for it. We knew it was going to happen, and it finally has. He flew in Friday to sign a one-year deal worth up to, I think it's $13 million plus and $10 million guaranteed, but with incentives, could get all the way up to $19 million, which is incredible for him. He just keeps making money. 41-year-old quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is the year they need to do it. Mike Tomlin has been getting his team to the playoffs, but not getting anywhere after that. He's been one and done in the playoffs for the past couple of years. And honestly, you can really blame the quarterback play. Russell Wilson didn't get it done last year. They benched Justin Fields when he was 4-2 for Russell Wilson, which wasn't great. And then they had Kenny Pickett before. He wasn't great for Pittsburgh. And the quarterback carousel in Pittsburgh, Mason Rudolph, who's now back with them. Aaron Rodgers is their last-ditch effort. And from my perspective as a Jets fan, we were in the same boat. We thought we had the team. We were ready. We had the defense ready to go. We just needed a quarterback, and we went with Aaron Rodgers. And as Jets fans know, these past 2 years didn't go the way we planned. First year he was here, 4 plays in, tore his Achilles, out for the season. Ended up winning 7 games, 7-9 that year, or 7-10 that year, which sucked, but we were a little bit competitive. At least our defense played. Then the next year came back. Jets fans were all excited. Aaron Rodgers is going to bring us to the Super Bowl. He's fully healthy. This is going to be great. 5 wins. That was it. 5 freaking wins. And that was really frustrating. This past year for Jets fans was a really, really bad one. It was really frustrating. Got us a lot of really upset. But now, Pittsburgh, they're in the same boat. Mike Tomlin's a great coach. He can get anybody to fight for him and play for him. He got Aaron Rodgers in. They have DK Metcalf, a solid number 1 receiver. They have Calvin Austin, who's a good slot receiver. Pat Freiermuth, who's I think is a good tight end, but apparently they're looking for more weapons in Jonnu Smith or in Kyle Pitts, who might be on the trade block. And there's a lot of moving parts in Pittsburgh right now. Their starting running back right now is Jaylen Warren, who I don't think is really that great. And I know they just signed somebody as well or drafted somebody. But honestly, Pittsburgh's offense, they have an okay offense, not great. But now let's see what Aaron Rodgers can do. Is he going to be the one who brings them again to the playoffs and gets them further? Can he win them a Super Bowl? They have the defense for it. Let's see what happens with them. So Pittsburgh got their quarterback. And a lot of fans are excited that the drama is over. He finally signed, so we don't have to keep talking about him. Fans from the Pittsburgh, a lot of them are happy, and there are a good amount of them that are not happy as well, that they didn't want him. Some players personally reached out this offseason and said they didn't want him on the team. So there's a lot that you could see here that might tick some players off that have been in Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers is getting contract right now that some of that money could have gone towards TJ Watt, who's holding out from OTAs right now to get a bigger contract. So there's a lot of things that are interesting for Pittsburgh, and it's going to be a fun offseason to watch. He should be at the mandatory minicamps for him. Pittsburgh has a new quarterback. It is Aaron Rodgers, so let's see how he does. I can definitely tell you it's an upgrade over Mason Rudolph. I think it's good for Will Howard as well to be able to sit and learn behind him for a year. So that could be a really good positive for him. It's going to be interesting for Pittsburgh. But there were more news coming out in the NFL as well. And one of the big ones is Terry McLaurin, number one wide receiver for the Commanders, who has been there through thick and thin from when they were awful to when they were really good last year. He's been with this team forever. And he's very upset right now with the Commanders. He actually walked out of practice the other day, which was a shocking thing because he's a leader on that team. And the reason he's so upset is because there has been no continuation of contract talks. And he doesn't think he's getting the money that he deserves. Honestly, I think he deserves to be paid more. He's on the last year of his contract. The guy deserves to be paid like the number one receiver that he is. He's very underrated, in my opinion. And the biggest thing is, does he get traded? With him holding out and with him being upset, people are going to be interested in him. People are already calling. The Chargers are interested in him. If I were the Jets, it'd be an interesting dynamic because I know we got to pay our young guys. We got to pay Garrett Wilson. We got to pay Sauce Gardner, Jermaine Johnson, Breece Hall. All these young guys that are on this team, you got to sign them at some point unless you franchise tag Breece and then possibly trade him later down the road. I don't know how I'd feel about that because I think Breece is still really, really good. But Terry McLaurin, he could be finding his way out of the Commanders this year. And there are a lot of teams that would love his services, Pittsburgh being one. The Dolphins could definitely use another receiver to help them. I know they got Tyreek Hill, but there's rumors that he wants out of Miami. So there's that. New England could use another number one receiver. They got Stephon Diggs, but he's coming back from a serious injury. There's a lot of teams that would love his services. And Terry McLaurin is, like I said, one of the most underrated receivers in the NFL, in my opinion. He's very, very good. Very good contested contested ball catcher, great route runner, great hands. I think he gets traded? No. I think the Commanders figure out a way to get him signed and everything, but it is interesting to watch. Other rumors, though, and this is an interesting one because this is a division rival against the Jets, and this has to do with the Buffalo Bills. James Cook, who is their young running back who broke out last year, had over 1,000 yards rushing, I believe. I'm going to show you guys the stats earlier because I made all these slides to go over my power rankings, which I'm excited to get into with you guys. But James Cook coming out and putting up his house for sale in Buffalo, basically disconnecting himself from the Buffalo Bills. And the reason for it is he wants a new contract. And he had a breakout year this year, which he's still young, very solid. In my opinion, he's overshadowed by Josh Allen. Josh Allen is what makes that offense go. James Cook was a really good second option, though, for them. He was their offense besides Josh. I just said his name. Josh Allen. So he's upset. He wants his money. And honestly, unlike Terry McLaurin, I can definitely see James Cook getting traded because it doesn't seem like it's going to get any better for him there. And it doesn't seem like the Bills really care. They have Josh Allen. They get him another running back. They can find another running back. Nick Chubb is still out there. And if Nick Chubb signs with the Bills, that would signify to me that the Bills are done with James Cook, that they would trade him. And an interesting spot that he could find himself, Dallas maybe. Dallas could definitely look at him. Could the Broncos possibly bring him in? I know they drafted a rookie, RJ Harvey, who's looking pretty good right now. But James Cook is somebody that could be done in Buffalo. And that would be interesting to see. And the biggest team that I could see going for him and making that big splash, definitely Dallas Cowboys. They definitely need a running back. And I think he would fit that system really, really good because with their new head coach, Schottenheimer, he likes to run the ball. And James Cook can be deadly out of the backfield, or you can throw him the ball out of the backfield as well. He can kill you two ways. So it's interesting to see where he goes. But guys, it has been crazy so far in this offseason. and I've been loving it so far. There's been a lot of news. Recently, it's been a little down. Teams have been getting ready for mandatory mini camps coming out in a couple weeks or next. I believe it's coming up very soon, honestly. And teams are getting ready for it. Teams are having their issues with some of the players not showing up or holding out for various reasons. But other teams are getting their players in, are looking really good. The Jets, in my opinion, have been doing their best getting their system in place, doing what they need to. Mason Taylor has been looking really, really good. Nadi, the defensive tackle, has been looking really good. Byron Cowart, another defensive tackle we signed in free agency, has been looking awesome as well. Will McDonald has been tearing it up on the defensive line. Honestly, they're looking really good. The young guys, AZ Thomas, Malachi Moore, Andre Cisco, they all have been looking really, really good. So I'm really excited for this defense. Offensive-wise, Justin Fields has been looking really, really good. One of the biggest critiques that a lot of people are saying is he's holding on to the ball too long. You got to realize the guy's learning a brand new offense. Now, this is his fourth OC in however long he's been in the league, and he's on his third team. He's bounced around the league and had to learn so many different offenses, but holding on to the ball too long at this stage, I'm not really concerned about, because he's still learning this offense. And honestly, when he gets it under his belt, I think he's going to be really, really good. This is going to be the best offensive line on paper right now that he has ever played behind. So I'm really, really excited for that. And I'm thinking Justin Fields might have his breakout year this year, especially with the weapons he got. He has Garrett Wilson as his number one receiver. Josh Reynolds is looking like he might be the number two. I'm really hoping Arian Smith takes a big leap, could become that slot receiver. Malachi Corley, honestly, I don't think he's going to be on this team much longer. It didn't really sound like AG was too high on him. He's dealing with an injury as well, which isn't looking great. So Malachi Corley could definitely be traded. I don't know what you'd get for him. That's a bold take from me. I think he might get traded. Josh Reynolds is going to be our number two receiver as of now. Allen Lazard is still on the team. Could he get traded now that his buddy Aaron Rodgers is in Pittsburgh? I doubt it, but you never know what could happen. And Tyler Johnson's been looking great in the OTAs as well. There's been a lot of good things that we've been seeing from the New York Jets so far and hearing out of their camp. But we've gone over a little bit of the news. What I really wanted to go over with you guys, and I love doing this, I did one on the quarterbacks in my last live stream. I am going to talk to you guys about my power rankings for NFL running backs, and I'm going to go based on the team and everything. This list can be fluid. It's going to change as the season goes on. This is the offseason at this point. This is who I believe is going to start at running back for these teams as of now, and just going over why I'm ranking them either so high, which is not great, or at the number one spot. And honestly, when it gets to the top five, I don't think there's going to be much argument with the top five running backs, in my opinion. Maybe top 10, there might be a little push and shove with some of these guys. But these are my opinions about these players. And I would love to hear your guys' comments. For those who are in the live stream at this point, please like and subscribe. Hit that like button. It helps out the channel so much, and I really appreciate you guys being here. Comment down below as well. I love hearing from you guys as well. But getting into it now, and I'm going to present my slides to you guys. I'm excited to show you guys what I'm going to be talking about. So give me 1 second to get it up for you. Okay. So guys, getting into the power rankings, like I said, I am going to go from number 32 all the way down to the number one running back that I think that I'm ranking. So, honestly, the number 32 ranked running back, in my opinion, goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers running back, Jaylen Warren. He's 26 years old. He's 5'8", 215 pounds. He's been in the league for 3 years now. He's going into his fourth year. He played in 15 games last year. He had 120 carries, 511 yards rushing, and 1 touchdown. Honestly, you didn't really see a ton of him last year because Najee Harris was the number one running back. Could this be his breakout year? Because he has shown flashes in the league for the Steelers at this point. But in all honesty, I don't see him being better than all the other running backs. He might not even be the best running back on his team at this point. But as of now, I have him down as the starter because he's been there, I believe, the longest out of all the running backs in that room. But again, he's still young. There could be a good amount of upside. He missed a couple games last year, but overall, he had 511 rushing yards. Not great, but he's still young. There could be a lot of upside. Who knows? Maybe the offensive line for Pittsburgh will be better this year. But honestly, I don't think he's better than the rest of the running backs in this league, the starting running backs in this league. So Jaylen Warren is my number 32 running back. But going into number 31, it's DeAndre Swift. And this is a shocking one because I really do like DeAndre Swift. I loved him when he was with the Lions. I loved him when he went to the Eagles, and now he's with the Bears. Honestly, he could be really good. He's a good power back. He's 26 years old, 5'9", 215 pounds, been in the league for 5 years now. He played in all 17 games last year, pretty durable. He had 253 carries for 959 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns. So he does make big plays, but they come few and far between. He is a power back, so he doesn't have that blazing speed that a lot of people would love in a running back. Doesn't catch the ball particularly well out of the backfield either. So honestly, I think he could go up this list because, again, he's still young. But the Bears' offensive line, they beefed up the interior of it, but the tackles aren't going to be that good, in my opinion. I think he can struggle this year. The Bears have been looking for another running back as well. They've been looking at Nick Chubb, who is interesting. So that just shows you the faith they have in DeAndre Swift if they're looking for another running back that could come in and start over him. So DeAndre Swift, I like him, but I don't think he is going to get that high on the list. I don't think he's going to be used that well in Chicago in this new offense, but time will tell. We will see how he goes. And the next one going into it, Tony Pollard from the Tennessee Titans. He is 28 years old. He's 6 foot, 209 pounds. He's been in the league for 6 years. He played in 16 games last year, had 260 carries. He had 1,079 yards rushing and 5 TDs. Now, Tony Pollard is another one that I like. He was really good in Dallas, and I'm shocked that they didn't try to keep him. He went to Tennessee that last year and just was there. He had 1,000 yards rushing, which is really, really good. And he could be a threat coming out of the backfield as well. But I don't think Titans really are going to utilize him. They used a running back by committee last year. He was the best one in my opinion, but there were games where he was a no-show in my opinion. So I have him ranked at my number 30. Definitely could change, but Tony Pollard stays at number 30 for the Tennessee Titans in my power rankings. Continuing on, we get RJ Harvey. He is a rookie, but he's been showing out in the OTAs so far. I have him higher than the other three because I understand he's a rookie and he hasn't really proved anything in the league yet, but he's been looking really, really good in the OTAs. He's 24 years old. He's 5'8", 205 pounds. He's a rookie coming out of UCF. He was the second-round pick by the Broncos, pick number 60. Was solid for UCF. Was a power back, could catch out of the backfield a little bit, could block a little bit. Doesn't have the best speed, but he can get out there and make some moves, runs fluid, lowers his head and just runs people over, man. He's a tough kid. And I think he could be really, really good for Broncos. But at first, I think he's going to struggle a little bit. I think they might start out with a running back by committee. But I think he's going to overall take over as the year goes on. But right now, he's my number 29 ranked running back. And continuing on, we have number 28, Travis Etienne. And this is an interesting one because I have Travis Etienne as 28 right now because he hasn't been what everybody expected him to be. Coming out of Clemson, working with his college QB as well, he's been injured a good amount of times. He hasn't really shown much. It's been a tough couple of years for him. So Travis Etienne, 26 years old, 5'10", 215 pounds, 3 years in the league. He's played in 15 games last year, had 150 carries, 558 yards rushing, 2 TDs. The reason I have him so low is because the Jaguars are, honestly, they might end up releasing him or trading him. They drafted a running back this year and have gotten players to be in that locker room. And I just don't think the new head coach really is interested in keeping him. So don't be shocked in the next couple of weeks if Travis Etienne is on the move. And I think there are other teams that would be able to utilize him properly. But for the Jaguars right now, he is my 28th ranked running back as of now. Next one, Javonte Williams. I really like Javonte Williams. I think he can be really good. I really loved him coming out of college with his other guy that the Jets drafted, Michael Carter. But Javonte Williams just never really got it going. For the Broncos, he had some good games, really good games, and then others he would just disappear. Even last year, he had games where you'd flash and be like, that's the Javonte Williams that was drafted, that we wanted. Then there would be like other ones that are just like, where is he? He's not on the field. He's not doing much. And it was really disappointing. But the Cowboys picked him up this offseason. He's the number one running back right now. He's only 25 years old. He's 5'10", 220 pounds. So a stockier running back, not the fastest, but can do a lot of good things. He played in all 17 games last year. He's got 4 years experience, had 139 carries, 513 yards rushing, and 4 touchdowns. I think Dallas is going to use him a ton. I think they're going to utilize him really, really good. They're going to run the ball a lot to help Dak coming off an injury. So I think Javonte Williams is going to get the chances to play really, really well. But it's Dallas. I don't think they really did anything to help their offensive line. So it might be tough for Javonte Williams to get things going as the year goes on. And continuing on, we are going to go into our number 26 running back. And Chiefs fans might get really upset with this one. I have Isaiah Pacheco coming down here. And the reason I do, he's 26 years old, 5'10", 216 pounds. He's been in the league for 3 years. Played in 7 games last year. 83 carries, 310 yards rushing, 1 TD. He's lower on my list because he can't stay healthy. Every year he's been in the league, he's just hurt. He doesn't play in a lot of games. And when he's on the field, he's electric. He's really, really quick. He's powerful. He can catch out of the backfield. He's shifty. He's a gadget player. But in all honesty, you never see him because he's hurt. So he's still 26 years old, so he can turn it around. But honestly, I was tempted to put Javonte Williams a little higher than him because I trust Javonte to stay healthier a little bit more. But Pacheco's just more athletic, and I think the ability is there. And if he could stay healthy, I think he could be a lot higher on this list. But for right now, durability is a big concern. So I have him as my 26th rank running back. Sorry, Chiefs fans. Then I'm going into my number 25, and people might be shocked about this one. I got Trayvon Henderson. He's 22 years old. He's 5'10", 202 pounds. The Patriots drafted him from Ohio State. He was a round 2 pick number 38. I have Trayvon Henderson at 25 because I think he's a good running back. He was one of the top ranked running backs in this draft class, and this was a really strong running back class. But I see him as being the lesser of the Ohio State running backs. This kid was good. He was fast. He had some power, could catch out of the backfield. But, again, could be durability concerns. Could it be the scheme that he was in? Could it have been that Keyshawn Judkins did take a lot of the brunt of the tackles and let him get some space out there? Honestly, I don't know how he's going to do. The Patriots still have Ramondre Stevenson, so he might be the starter there. But for right now, I think Trayvon Henderson is going to start for the Patriots. And right now, I have him as my 25th ranked running back. And continuing on, I have Chase Brown. And this is an interesting one because I didn't really know Chase Brown. I never really got to see him play because he's on the Bengals and everything. But a buddy of mine who was talking to me and said that he really liked Chase Brown and that he helped him win his fantasy league and actually liked what he saw from him. So I'm going to take him on his word for it. And looking at the numbers, he's not bad. Really not bad. He's very surprising to me because when you think of the Bengals, you think of Joe Burrow, you think of Jamar Chase, you think of T. Higgins, you think of all of those players. Chase Brown left in the dust, honestly. But he's 25 years old. He's 5'10", 210 pounds. Been in the league for 2 years right now. Played in 16 games last year. Had 229 carries for 990 yards. Almost got to the 1,000-yard mark. And 17 touchdowns, which is pretty good So I have him ranked 24. I want to see more of him. I want to see what everybody's talking about with this guy. I want to see the flashes, and I'm gonna try to keep my eye on him to see how good he really is. And I'm excited to see what this kid can do. But for right now, I have him ranked as my 24th ranked running back. And going on, the other Ohio State running back, I got Quinshon Judkins. I love this kid. He was my number 2 ranked running back coming out of this draft, and I really liked this kid. He's a power back. He's faster than a lot of people think. He can catch out of the backfield. He can block. He is a tough, tough kid. And honestly, I think he's going to be really, really good. And I think he's going to outshine a lot of these running backs coming in to this league. The Browns drafted him. He's 21 years old. He's 5'11", 221 pounds. Got him from Ohio State. And he was round 2, pick 36. Out of the Ohio State running backs, he went before TreVeyon Henderson. And I just think he's going to be much better. I honestly think the Browns made a great pick here, giving their young quarterbacks and Joe Flacco a great weapon out of the backfield. They just lost Nick Chubb. So Quinshon Judkins can be another Nick Chubb, a sneaky, underrated type of player, running back, who's really tough, can brutalize people. I think he's going to do really, really well. But right now, again, hasn't shown much in the NFL, hasn't shown anything in the NFL yet. But I'm high on this kid. I have him ranked 23 right now, but I think he's going to be much higher by the end of this year. So 23, Quinshon Judkins. Get into my next one, Tyrone Tracy. This kid came out of nowhere last year. I really, really liked this kid last year for the Giants. He was one of the shining spots. Him and Malik Neighbors were some of the shining parts of that team. Brian Burns was another one on the defense. But Tyrone Tracy, he's 25 years old. He's 5'11", 210 pounds, has been in the league for 1 year, going into his second year, played in all 17 games last year. He had 192 carries for 839 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns. The kid's an electrifying guy. He is very, very fast. He can catch out of the backfield, can beat you on different routes. You can line him up in the slot, and he can just beat you. He can run you over as well. He's tough as heck. So Giants have a good one in here, but right now he's at rank 22. I don't think he's better than any of these other running backs that I got ahead of him, but we will see. It's going to be a long, long year, and anything could happen. But Tyrone Tracy at this moment ranked 22 for me. Giants got a good one here, and in my opinion, I think he's going to be good. But the next one in the division still, I have Brian Robinson Jr. He's 26 years old. He's 6'1", 228 pounds, 3 years in the league, played in 14 games last year, had 187 carries, 799 yards rushing, 8 touchdowns. The kid's a beast. I think he's underrated. I don't think he's talked about enough. I think he's really, really good, and he's a great security for Jayden Daniels when he's coming out of the backfield. I think Jayden Daniels relied on this kid a lot, and he's still young. Only been in the league for 3 years. He's got a lot to show and a lot of good things that he's going to be doing. And I'm excited to see this kid. The Commanders, I think, are going to be really good this year. They beefed up that offensive line. They got some more weapons for Jayden Daniels. And I think Brian Robinson Jr. can be very, very good for this kid. So I'm excited to see what Robinson does. But right now he's ranked at number 21 for me. Going into number 20, I have Aaron Jones. I understand this guy's on the older side, but he's still putting up some great, great numbers. He's ranked number 20. He's 30 years old. He's been in the league for 8 years, had 255 carries last year for 1,138 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns. Honestly, he is still a beast. Sam Darnold utilized this guy so well coming out of the backfield. Can still catch, runs great routes as a running back, great hands. And the guy's just a monster. I do know that he gets dinged up a lot of the time. But as of now, I think he's still on the track to be really, really good. And honestly, I'm excited to see what this guy can do. At 30 years old and still putting up these numbers, it is really, really good. And I think he's going to be the number 1 running back there again. And don't be shocked if he puts up similar numbers, because I think J.J. McCarthy is going to use him. I think they're going to run the ball a ton in Minnesota to make it easier for J.J. McCarthy. Even though people are saying that he lit it up is lighting it up in OTA so far. So I'm excited to see when he gets those full pads on. But Aaron Jones ranked my number 20 running back as of now. Getting into the 19, got Elmira Hampton. He's 22 years old, 6 foot, 220 pounds. He's rookie coming out of North Carolina, and he was the Chargers round 1 pick, 22 pick. Harbaugh loves running the ball, and he sees something in Hampton. I think Hampton was his number 1 ranked running back on his board, and he got a big physical kid who can do a lot of great things. And like I said, Harbaugh loves throwing or running the ball. So this kid's going to get his touches. He is going to show what he can do. And I think the kid's going to have a big, big year for the Chargers. Don't be shocked if he could be the best one out of these rookies. Kenshawn Judkins, I still like a little bit more. But Hampton could be a beast and could fight for some of the Rookie of the Year votes, depending on how the Chargers do with him. So right now he's ranked number 19 for me. Getting into 18, I got James Conner. Here's a guy that's not really talked about a ton and just keeps putting up great numbers after great numbers after great numbers. And that's James Conner. Ever since he left Pittsburgh, Arizona has utilized him so well. Running back by committee. Then he started taking over as the starting running back at that team. He's 30 years old. He's 6'1", 233 pounds. 8 years in experience in the NFL. He played in 16 games last year. Had 236 carries, 1,094 yards rushing, and 8 touchdowns. This is your prototypical power back. He's not going to beat you with his speed. Remember Brandon Jacobs for the Giants. That's the James Conner version of now. That's who he is. He will run through you. He can block, can catch the ball a little bit out of the backfield, but that's not his game. You want short yardage? If you need a 4th and short, if you are on the goal line and need to pound it in, James Conner's going to get in. He is so underrated in my opinion. And honestly, Kyler Murray loves this guy. And I think James Conner can be very, very good. All he does is score touchdowns. He got 8 of them last year. Over 1,000 yards, a sneaky 1,000-yard rushing year. I think he should be talked about more, and I think he could be a really good get in fantasy this year as well. So keep your eyes on James Conner, but I think he's going to put up another great year for the Cardinals as long as he can stay healthy. Okay, big power back, great running back. And getting him into another power back, another strong kid, Kenneth Walker III. He's 24 years old. He's 5'9", 211 pounds. He's been in the league for 3 years. He played in 12 games last year, had 153 carries, went for 573 yards rushing, 7 touchdowns. Biggest concern with Kenneth Walker is injuries. I don't believe he's played a season where he played a full 17-game season. That's the biggest issue. That's why the Seahawks have used a running back by committee there, because Kenneth Walker was supposed to be the guy to come in and lead this team. And honestly, it just didn't really work out so far. But I really believe in Kenneth Walker. When he starts out, he puts up big numbers. Look at it. He only played in 12 games and still was able to score 7 touchdowns. The kid can be really good, and he is strong as heck. He's not the biggest guy, but there's a lot of power in him. So if he can stay healthy, he could be a top 5, top 10 running back in this league, in my opinion. He's got all the skills. It's just durability. That's the biggest thing. But I have him a little bit over James Conner just because of age. He's a little bit younger, and I think he's just got a better skill set than James Conner. If he can stay healthy, he can be really good. But that is number 17, Kenneth Walker III. And getting into number 16, another guy who I don't think is talked about enough, and that's Chuba Hubbard. He is 25 years old. He's 6'1", 210 pounds. He's been in the league for 4 years, and he played in 15 games last year, had 250 carries, and ran for his first 1,000-yard rushing season. He had 1,195 yards, 10 touchdowns. This kid's a lightning rod. He can hit you for those big plays. And honestly, he can do such good stuff out of the backfield as well, catching the ball. Send him on a wheel route, and he will go get it. He is quick and very durable, very steady hands, very good route runner coming out of the backfield. Solid guy. You can line him up in the slot as well, and he'll get open for you. But really broke out last year and showed what he could do. Chuba Hubbard, I think, could be really good in this league. Still very young as well, and got the size. He's bigger than I thought he was, and has a lot of power as well behind him, but with a lot of speed. So watch out for Hubbard. I think he could be really good this year. The Panthers, Panthers are forming a sneaky good offense there. They got weapons, and I'm interested to see what Ted McMillan does. He's looking really, really good. They got Hunter Renfrow as well. They got Adam Thielen. They got Xavier Legette, who I've been on the record for saying that I think he might get traded because of all the drops last year, so the coaching staff might have lost faith in him. I know he's young, but you never know. They drafted Ted McMillan, which might show that they don't really have that much faith in Xavier Legette. But Chuba Hubbard getting back to the running backs is a great weapon for them, and honestly, a stud there in Carolina. Somebody who's going to be there for a long, long time. But getting into number 15, Alvin Kamara. He just makes the running back position look very, very easy. Honestly, there were plays last year where you're watching it and he's just looking like he's jogging. People are bouncing off of him, not really trying. He's trying to find a hole and not really running that hard. But then he's got that burst of speed that he can just get away from you. He's like electric there. He's on the older side. He has had injuries in his career. But, man, when he's on the field, even at this age, he is a monster and has been for the Saints for a long, long time. Like I said, he's on the older side. He's 29 years old. He's 5'10", 215 pounds. He's been in the league for 8 years. Played in 14 games last year, had 228 carries, 950 yards rushing, 6 touchdowns. He can beat you with the pass, too. I think he's just as good a receiver as he is running back. He is solid at all facets of the game. Could work on his blocking a little bit, but I think he's solid overall. And even at this age, I still think he's going to put up great numbers, especially with the younger quarterback there. I think they're going to run the ball a lot more. So watch out for Alvin Kamara to have a big year this year as well. Going into the next one, Joe Mixon. He left the Bengals and did not look back. The kid's a beast. He's 28 years old on the other side as well, just like Kamara. He's 6'1", 220 pounds, 8 years experience as well, 14 games played last year, got 245 carries for 1,016 yards rushing and 11 touchdowns. Another power back. He is a guy, like I said, with the Bengals. Shocked the Bengals let him go, but it didn't look like he was happy there. Bengals let him go. Houston scooped him up so quick, and man, they finally got their star running back to help C.J. Stroud. And this guy had a great year last year. 1,000 yards rushing, 11 touchdowns. That's a good year for this guy who has been known to be a 1,000-yard rushing guy. So to go to a new team and learn a new scheme to help out that team a lot, he did really, really well. And I think it could only go up for here. That Houston team is good offensively, and I think he's going to be the one that pioneers that offense and leads them to a very, very strong year this year. Other than C.J. Stroud, I think Joe Mixon is the heartbeat of that offense. So let's see where they go from here. Next one, number 13, Ashton Jeanty. Ashton Jeanty, what can you say about this kid? He was a star coming out of Boise State. He was looked at as being a perennial, top player. He was looked at as being the best player in this draft other than Abdul Carter. Honestly, he's that talented. A lot of people are saying that he's showing out at these OTAs. Such a good runner of the ball. Power. Vision is great. The guy could do it all. And honestly, looked at as being one of the best running back prospects in years that people have said. So Ashton Jeanty, I have him at rank 13 here. I have him higher than a lot of people would probably think. And the reason is he's a rookie. We don't know how they're going to do. Honestly, you don't know how these kids are going to do. Ashton Jeanty could come in and be a total bust. Like Trent Richardson with the Browns years ago. He came in, had a great season with the Browns. Everybody thought he was going to be great coming out of college. Had a great rookie year. Then he got traded to the Colts, and you never heard from him again. So Ashton Jeanty, I don't think that's going to happen to him, but you never know what could happen to these young kids. So for right now, I have him ranked number 13. He's 21 years old, 5'8", 211 pounds, stocky guy, but has a lot of speed. And the Raiders trusted him so much that they made him their first pick in round 1 at pick number 6, which is very, very high for running backs because running backs don't really go that high anymore. But Ashton Jeanty had the talent to do so. So it's really good for him. And right now he's number 13, but don't be shocked if you see him in the top 3 at some point this year. because I think he's going to have a big year, especially with Geno Smith as his quarterback. I think they're going to run the ball a good amount, and don't be shocked if he has a breakout year this year. Solid rookie campaign. But then I get into the next one, De'Von Achane. Miami fans would probably think this guy should be higher. He's a very, very talented kid. He's 23 years old, 5'9", 188 pounds. He's been in the league for 2 years, played all 17 games last year, had 203 carries for 970 yards rushing and 6 touchdowns. The reason I have him at 12 is, again, all the weapons on that Dolphins team, this guy gets really overshadowed. I think he's very underappreciated over there. I think he could do a lot better. I think if they put him in a better scheme, I think he's going to do a lot better. You can line him up out as a receiver. You can line him up in the backfield. You can line him up anywhere. The kid's got blazing speed. I think the Dolphins are probably one of the fastest teams in the NFL between Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and Achane. Honestly, the kid's got blazing speed, but you don't really hear much about him when you watch a Dolphins game. The ones you hear are Tyreek Hill, Jonnu Smith, and Jalen Waddle. That's really all you hear, and Tua Tagovailoa as well, but he's normally injured. And the guy gets overshadowed, but I think he's a solid running back and still got so much room to grow. He's only been in the league for 2 years, only 23 years old. Kid can be very, very good for years to come. But right now, he's at number 12 for me. And that's my opinion. You guys could think that he should be a lot higher. You could think that he could be a lot lower. But this is just my opinion on these players so far. And for those people who are in here, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I really, really appreciate it. It helps out the channel so much. I hope you're enjoying this so far because I love making these live streams and these videos for you guys. So I appreciate you so much. Make sure to comment down below. If you're thinking the list is good so far, let me know. If you're thinking there should be changes, let me know as well. I'd love to hear from you. And then continuing on, De'Von Achane at number 12. Going into number 11, I got Jonathan Taylor. The kid's still a stud. Only 26 years old. He's 5'10", 226 pounds. He was looked at as being one of the best running back years and years ago compared with Derrick Henry. But he fell off a little bit because there was a little tension between him and the Colts for a while, but he's been there. He's been doing everything he needs to do. He's got 5 years in the league. He's played 14 games last year. He got 303 carries, and he went for 1,431 rushing yards and 11 touchdowns. The kid still got it, and he is a monster. And imagine if Anthony Richardson can figure it out. That could be one of the most dynamic running groups in the NFL. With a running quarterback like Anthony Richardson and Jonathan Taylor back there, opposing defenses would have nightmares about that. I think he's going to do really, really well. He's got to stay healthy because he gets injured quite often and gets dinged up and misses games here and then. He's got to stay healthy. And if he stays healthy for a full 17-season game, these numbers could be much better, and the touchdowns, I think, would skyrocket as well. But right now, Jonathan Taylor is my 11th ranked running back in the league so far. Going into the top 10, which I'm excited for, the number 10 running back that I got is Christian McCaffrey. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, how can you have him so high? Well, when he's on the field, he's a stud. He's probably one of the best, other than Saquon Barkley. Him and Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, 3 best running backs in the league. But right now, I have him at rank 10. And the reason is the injuries. He was only played in 4 games last year and had 202 yards rushing for 50 carries and 0 touchdowns. He was hurt all year last year except for those 4 games. He's been in the league for 10 years, going into his 11th season. He's 28 years old. Honestly, he's getting older, and with all these injuries, because Christian McCaffrey has dealt with tons and tons of injuries, all the way going back to his college days, and even when he when he was drafted by the Carolina Panthers, he dealt with serious injuries. And this kid, when healthy, you could argue could be the best running back in football. Him and Saquon you could argue being 1A and 1B. The problem is he's never healthy. That's the issue. The 1 year that he was healthy for the San Francisco 49ers, not this past season, but the season before, he was awesome. Brock Purdy loved him because you give him the ball, touchdown. Throw him the ball, touchdown. The guy's got great speed as well and great hands coming out of the backfield. But again, injuries are what ruins it for him. And being in the league for this long, being at that age with all these nagging injuries, serious one you're coming off, I want to have faith that he'll rebound. But another downside for him as well is their coach Shanahan has made any running back really look great in that system. So even though he was out last year, Mason, who stepped in, did really, really well. So how much can you say it's Christian McCaffrey? How much can you say it's the Kyle Shanahan setting him up? I think McCaffrey is very, very talented. He needs to have a bounce back year this year. He has to stay healthy, because if he doesn't, I don't think he's going to be long for the NFL, especially with all these injuries that he's piled up over these years. So right now I have him in the top 10. I still have him at number 10, but he's got to stay healthy. If he stays healthy and puts up the numbers that he should put up, that a lot of people expect him to put up, I think he can be a top 3 running back in this league. But right now, number 10 for Christian McCaffrey. Going into number 9, this guy had a great year last year. The Packers loved this kid when they signed him. This is Josh Jacobs. He's 27 years old, 5'10", 223 pounds. He's been in the league for 6 years, played in all 17 games last year, had 301 carries, had 1,329 rushing yards, and 15 touchdowns. This guy was a monster for the Green Bay Packers, and they loved this guy. He would single-handedly take over games. If Jordan Love was struggling, you just see Josh Jacobs get the ball. And for being such a power back and playing into contact, to be healthy for all 17 games, kudos to this guy, because he was awesome last year. Probably one of the best running backs that the Packers have had in years, maybe since, I'm going to say Eddie Lacy, because he had some great years back there, but there have been better running backs than Eddie Lacy. But Jacobs last year was one of the best ones that these guys have had in a long, long, long time. And I think if he can stay healthy and keep playing those 17 games, I think he's going to have numbers just like this and maybe even better, because the Packers are getting better. Their weapons have gotten so much better this year, to the point where their wide receiver room is very overflowing with talent, and you never know what's going to happen there. But Josh Jacobs is still one of the best running backs in this league. Right now, he's my number 9 running back. Number 8 goes to James Cook. Right now, I have him as the Bills, but you never know. Like I said earlier, he put his house up for sale in Buffalo. He's disconnected himself from the team, has been looking for a contract extension. It doesn't seem to be coming. The kid's very talented. He's still young, 25 years old. He's 5'11", 190 pounds. Been in the league for 3 years. Played in 16 games last year. Had 207 carries for 1,009 rushing yards, 16 touchdowns. He had a breakout year last year for a season that was just Josh Allen. Josh Allen dominated. He was the MVP. James Cook was overshadowed. He had a great season last year. But Josh Allen, you'll see him get a lot of the credit because he was that offense. But sneakily, James Cook was the best weapon that they had on that team. And right now, he's my 8th ranked because I don't know what's going to happen with him in Buffalo. Is he going to even be there? Hell, he could get traded to Dallas tomorrow. You never know. It's all about what the Buffalo Bills do from here. Can they get this contract situation figured out with him? If not, get what you can for him. And I think the Buffalo Bills can get tons of picks for this kid because of all the talent that he has. But right now, James Cook is my 8th ranked running back. Next, I got a sneaky good guy that not a lot of people are talking about too. Bucky Irving, who came out of nowhere last year for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's 22 years old, 5'10", 195 pounds. Last year was his rookie year, so he's been in the league for 1 year, going into his 2nd year. Played in all 17 games last year, had 207 carries for 1,122 yards rushing, 8 touchdowns. This kid's good, man. He came out of nowhere. I never even heard of this kid until last year. And when I watched him more and more and more, I just liked more of what I saw. The kid is so good. And the Buccaneers got so many weapons, man. Baker Mayfield, who popped off last year. This kid popped off last year. Mike Evans had another 1,000-yard receiving year. Emeka Egbuka, who they drafted this year. Buccaneers are going to be a scary team. They got tons of weapons, guys. And Bucky Irving, I think, is going to have another monster year because he can also catch out of the backfield too and is a solid receiver with a lot of speed. So watch out for this kid. Fantasy owners, Bucky Irving might be the guy you want to go for because he is just so freaking good. But number 7, Bucky Irving. Number 6, Kyren Williams. I love Kyren Williams. Another one who I don't think is talked about much. Deals with a lot of fumble issues, which is a big problem as a running back, but he backs it up with just 1,000-yard rushing years, 14 touchdowns. He is the number 1 running back for the Rams. I love this kid. I think he is just a solid player. Goes in, never has nothing ever wrong with him. He plays in the games. He plays hard, and just a big weapon. He's 24 years old, 5'9", 202 pounds, been in the league for 3 years, played in 16 games last year, which was great for him, had 316 carries, 1,299 yards rushing, and 14 touchdowns. The 14 touchdowns is just crazy, but that's normal for this kid. In every year he's been in the league, that's normal. He has those years, the 1,000-yard rushing guys, and he just keeps doing it. He scores and scores and scores. You can't keep this guy out of the end zone. The guy just scores. He just has a knack for getting the ball into the end zone, and that's why I love this kid. Would I have him higher? I wish I could, but there's running backs that I'd like more than him. And a lot of people are going to say, for the next one, I will admit, I'm a Jets fan, but I still think this kid could be one of the best running backs in the league. And you guys might say I'm biased, which maybe, because I have a lot of faith in this guy. But that guy, number 5, Breece Hall. I love Breece Hall. I think he wasn't utilized properly last year. Hell, last year, the year before, when we had Hackett as our offensive coordinator for the first season, he had no idea how to use Breece Hall. Didn't even know that he could catch it in the backfield. He's a great receiving threat. You can line him up anywhere, slot, wide. You could have him lined up anywhere. The kid is a weapon. He has breakaway speed. He has power. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. Last year, we threw him the ball deep twice. The one was a miraculous touchdown that he made an acrobatic catch in the end zone on a wheel route. And guess what? You didn't throw him the ball deep that much anymore after that. Utilize this guy. Honestly, this Breece Hall has been awesome for the New York Jets. And a lot of people are going to be like, well, he has never had 1,000 yards rushing. He's had total yardage. He's had that. Honestly, the kid is so freaking good. And I think a lot of people overlook him because of the down years that he doesn't get looked at that much. And honestly, too, I don't think he gets enough carries because the Jets have been known to stop running the ball. Last year, it seemed like we never ran the ball because Aaron Rodgers would call out of the run. So Steeler fans are going to have to deal with that. But now that Justin Fields is here, I think we're going to run the ball a lot more. I think Breece Hall is finally going to be utilized the way that he should be. And these numbers, he might have his first 1,000-yard rushing season. And I think he will, especially with having like a Braylon Allen behind him who can take the brunt of the battles and just let this guy break off those big runs. Because like Saquon Barkley when he was with the Giants, Saquon was known as just getting little yardage, and then breaking off 1 or 2 big runs to get those 100-yard seasons or 100-yard games. Breece Hall does the same thing, but Breece Hall can catch the ball better out of the backfield than a lot of these running backs in this league. He is a great receiver threat too, and I think that's going to be utilized a lot this year for the New York Jets. But last year, he's only 24 years old. He was 5'11", 217 pounds, been in the league for 3 years, played in 16 games last year, had 209 carries for 876 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns. He needs to get the ball more. Give him the ball more and let this guy work. Behind this offensive line, this kid can be good. And I think he's going to be really good as these seasons go on. And I think he's going to have a breakout year this year. So Breece Hall is my number 5 running back in this league. And a lot of you guys might say, hey, you're a Jets fan. Of course you're going to say that. But honestly, I think he's just that good. I think he's really, really good, and I think he's going to have a great season. But number 4, Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs had a great season last year. He's a monster. But again, running back by committee, Montgomery is there too, who had a solid year as well. But Jahmyr Gibbs is their home run threat. He is their quick running back with power who can just beat you out off the edge. He's 23 years old. He's been in the league for 2 years. He's played in all 17 games last year, had 250 carries, and ran for 1,412 yards and had 16 touchdowns. Kid is a monster and only getting better, and I think they're going to be able to utilize him really well under their new offensive coordinator, John Morton. And I think it's going to be good because he does like to run the ball a good amount. And Jahmyr Gibbs, with having Montgomery behind him for a safety net, could have another monster season, could even eclipse 1,500 yards rushing, which I think could be easy for him, especially if everything falls right for the Detroit Lions. I know they just lost their starting center to retirement, but there's a lot of players they could go after still. There's some players that are on their team that they're contemplating starting at center. So this offensive line could still be really, really good. So Jahmyr Gibbs, I still have him at number 4. He's my number 4 ranked running back in the league. Now we get into the fun ones. Running back number 3, I think you guys are going to agree with all of these ones. My number 3 running back is Bijan Robinson. He is just so good. He is that offense over there. Honestly, I like Drake London. I think he's a good receiver. I like Darnell Mooney, who they're saying they're going to try to utilize a lot more this year. I like Kyle Pitts, who I don't think they've used properly over there. I'll say it. I think he could still be a great receiving threat. And who knows, he might get traded as well. Bijan is their offense. Michael Penix will love this kid. He's only 23 years old. He's 5'11", 215 pounds. Been in the league for 2 years. Played in all 17 games last year. Had 304 carries for 1,456 rushing yards and 14 touchdowns. He is going to eclipse that number. I think he's going to be closer to 16 touchdowns next year. I think he's going to be 1,500 yards rushing. I think this kid's going to be really good. I think he might even get better and better next year. As he takes a step forward, I think the next 2 running backs might take a step back, but I still have them ranked really, really high. So right now, Bijan Robinson is my number 3 running back, but it could definitely change because my number 2 running back is Derrick Henry. How many years can this guy be dominant? He just is. I don't understand how he's so freaking durable. He is your typical power back. Just run and bruise people, run people over, and he never gets hurt. He takes a beating and puts a beating on players. He's been doing this for 9 years in the league. Tennessee ran the wheels off of this guy there. The reason they got to the playoffs so many times with Tannehill as their quarterback is because of how many times they gave Derrick Henry the ball. Now he goes to Baltimore, where he's got Lamar Jackson, who could take a little bit of the load off for him. This guy still almost had 2,000 yards rushing. They gave him the ball 325 times, and he had 16 touchdowns. How long can this guy do this for? He's 31 years old and still putting up these numbers, and he's dominating the NFL. He's a monster. I don't understand how he can still do this. He's got to break down at some point, right? Honestly, let me know what you guys think. But for right now, this guy is the second best running back. And the reason for it is because the guy who's number 1 just had a fantastic season last year. Derrick Henry was amazing last year. Helped Lamar Jackson out so much. But this number 1 guy, just, what can you say about him? And y'all know who it is. It's Saquon Barkley. The guy had a monster season last year. Honestly, overall, this kid was just so good. It broke records for the Eagles and NFL records. And for the Giants, he was very good. But when the Eagles got him, he just took it a step higher. First year that he's in with the Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl champion. The Eagles found a way to utilize this guy and to keep him healthy. The game that he missed, I don't even think he was injured. I think they just wanted to rest him because they were going to be playoff bound anyway. So I think they just rested him. I don't think he was injured for a game. I think they just rested him so he didn't get hurt. But he's your number 1 ranked running back. What can you say? He ran for over 2,000 yards last year. He had 13 touchdowns. Was a monster catching the ball out of the backfield too. Is the freaking NFL logo right now for the new game for jumping over that poor Jacksonville Jaguars player. What are you going to say? he could take a step back. Maybe, what does he have? 1,900 yards rushing? Could he have another 2,000-yard rushing year? Maybe. Do you think it's going to happen? I don't think it will. The reason is I think every team is going to focus on this guy now. They're going to try to take him out. Not take him out like hurt him, but like defenses are going to focus on him. AJ Brown, by the end of the year, he wasn't getting the ball as much, and he got frustrated with the team. Devontae Smith, he wasn't getting the ball that much either. It was Saquon. It was Saquon's show. Saquon's team. Does he have these numbers again? I think he has great numbers next year, but I don't think he'll have these numbers this coming season. But again, you got to put him at number one because of just the season that he had. He was a monster last year. And Giants fans are kicking themselves because they have to deal with this guy 2 times a season, and he ran over them. So for Giants fans, I feel bad for you, but I got to give Saquon Barkley number one for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's just so freaking good. One of the most talented running backs in the league, and I think it only gets better. These same numbers, 2,000 yards rushing, maybe. Again, next year, 13 touchdowns, definitely could happen. Maybe get 16, even more maybe. Because I think they're going to utilize him so much next year. But again, guys, those are my power rankings for my running backs. And I'm really, really excited to see what you guys think. Please comment. Let me know what you guys thought of my running back rankings. And like I said, this could definitely change. It's the offseason still. So nobody knows what's going to happen with these running backs. Injuries are going to take place. People could get traded. People could get cut. You don't know. Travis Etienne might not be a Jaguar. James Cook might not be a Bill. Nick Chubb might be signed by some point, and that could change for any team. Because I think Nick Chubb is still one of the best running backs in the league. Coming from a big injury, I think he could still be a top 10 running back. But you never know what's going to happen with these running backs. I love doing these power rankings. I did one sort of quarterbacks, and a lot of people thought that was really good. Running backs, I'm interested to see what you guys think. Everybody has their own opinions on these teams. And honestly, this could definitely change. This list, power rankings for the offseason right now, could definitely change when we get to the preseason or the regular season to see how these running backs do. All right? Because there's a lot that could go on. But honestly, let me know what you guys think. I'm going to call it here. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a little while. I love doing these streams. I might make it a thing on Saturday nights to do these streams with you because I just really enjoy it. Make sure if you liked it, if you were in here, I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate hanging out with you guys all this time. And again, if you liked it, please like and subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much for joining me in the JETS Jets Ward. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.